Mais um dia, mais um vídeo e live de Quem Não Come Dois. Vamos que vamos. Continuar nossa gameplay. Agora estamos num mapa novo. Estamos na região de Kurenberg. Muito foda. Bora que bora. Que é uma coisa da hora. Tá certinho aqui, ó. Deixa eu testar de novo. Ponto. Cadê? Não recebi a mensagem. Eita porra! Que é isso, gente? Carregamento aí, meu suspeito. Essas imagens de carregamento são novas. Estamos aqui bem onde paramos mesmo. Tá, recebi o chat no YouTube. A Twitch não tô recebendo? Agora tô. Perfeito. Então vamos continuar. A gente tem que dormir. Por 12 horas o Henry vai dormir bastante. Tá cansado, né, Henry? Uma viagem longa. Ih, pesadelo de novo. Ih. Caralho. Não acredito. Tô vendo anúncio pra te dar dinheiro.
So you got your revenge.
Ganhar 5 centavos por esse anúncio aí ou menos ainda. 5 centavos ou menos.
Father,
Olá, olá.
did it make you feel any better?
Ah, eu me senti melhor matando aquele filho da puta assim.
It did.
Aí, ó.
So what comes next?
$500 é muita coisa, né? Mas o problema é só pode sacar dinheiro da Twitch com $50. É, agora pode matar esse arrombado aí.
Then von Berghoff. And is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
É, já tem um ponto.
It's what I want. Are you sure, Henry?
Tô tendo um pesadelo. Acabei de matar um dos envolvidos do assassinato do meu pai. E da minha mãe. Esse filho da puta.
What's happening? Why are you waking me up? You again?
Yes, the Margrave is calling for you, sir. You and the other gent.
You mean Zizka?
I suppose. I don't know what his name is, but he's waiting down in the courtyard. I'm just on my way to tend to his wounds.
And what about Catherine?
That's the good wife who arrived with you? I don't know. I think I saw her with our captain.
Oh, very well. I'll go now.
Before you go, I brought you something for breakfast,
Oh, valeu.
in case you're hungry. Oh, have I been too bold?
No,
Aham, não.
definitely not. Thank you.
Vixe, já é corno.
Need anything else?
No, sir.
So, why are you standing here?
You haven't dismissed me, sir.
Sem formalidades, cara.
I'm not a nobleman.
Eu sou
You don't
só
have to
um
stand on
guerreiro.
ceremony with me.
I do, since you're a guest of the Margrave, sir. May I leave?
That is, yes, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Tchau, mulher, tchau. É minha roupa, caralho. Ah, não é possível que ele guardou tudo aqui no baú. Ah, não, meu roupa tá aqui comigo. Ah, não. Pera, ué. Ah, velho, por que você tirou a roupa, mano? Não sei qual que é a roupa que tá usando. Acho que é essa. Não. Ah, tá tudo aqui. Pronto. Montante do Radzig. Adaga. E vou usar a balestra, que é mais fácil do que usar essa arma de fogo do caramba. Ué? Não. Aí. Cadê meu salve? Como assim? Você resgatou pontos? Não entendi. É que eu tô com outro. Estou com um chat em estoque aberto. Salve pra você então. Salve, ladra do tempo. Nossa, nem lembrava que tinha essa lojinha de pontos ainda. Vou ativar tudo. Nada a ver essas lojinhas de pontos. Obrigado, de nada. Não aparece no chat do OBS os negócios da lojinha de pontos. Mais um motivo pra eu tirar. Tem como resgatar Minecraft baratinho aí, né, pô? Com certeza alguém vai ter esses pontos algum dia. É, então. Esse aí é o único que eu lembro. Estudar aqui. Calma, pra estudar, sentar a cama. Um dia eu terei. Se um dia você tiver, isso aí nem vai estar mais na loja. A loja não vai existir mais. Olha só, se eu estudasse em pé ia ser 4 horas. Sentado é 2. Aff. Pronto, upei de nível. Faz sentido. Medicina. As ataduras ficam 25% mais eficazes e os efeitos curativos dos alimentos são duplicados. Tem que estar sentado, é. Você recupera mais rápido a dormir e leva menos tempo para se curar completamente. Interessante. Ao lidar com guardas, sua eloquência e seu carisma receberão 2 pontos a mais. A multa total será 20% menor, isso é bom também. Enquanto você permanecer imóvel, sua energia e sua sociedade diminuirão mais devagar. Não ligo. Vou pegar esse aqui dos guardas, mano, que eu cometo crimes às vezes. Você pode usar um montante junto com um escudo ou uma tocha. Ah, isso é bom. Isso é bom, porque minha arma, inclusive, você poderá executar. Calma. Embora o alcance da arma seja maior, seus ataques serão 30% mais lentos, 20% mais fracos, custarão 20% a mais de vigor. Um advogado que comete crimes, mas eu nem sou advogado. Eu sou um guerreiro. Apenas. O efeito de um ataque inicial bem sucedido aumenta bastante. Se você lutar com uma espada curta, não com uma espada de caça ou sabre, mas tá estudando direito aí, ó. Não. Aquilo ali é só pra eu ser intelectual. Sou nível 20 de espadas. Que bora esse debuff, hein? Não. Mas eu não vou lutar muito com tocha, tá ligado? Se seu ataque com o sabre causar sangramento, o oponente sangrará 25% mais rápido, tornando um alvo mais fácil de lidar. Esse aqui é bom, do Sabedoria do Espadachim. É só se você tiver com a tocha, sim? Não, exatamente. É porque com essa espada de 2 mãos que eu tô usando, não dá pra segurar nada com ela. Com esse negócio eu consigo. Mas eu não é tão essencial, não. Eu vou subir esse aqui, do artesanato. Pronto. É só se eu tiver com uma tocha ou com escudo. Mas eu não uso escudo, eu não gosto de jogar com escudo, não. Eu tentei, mas eu não curto. Eu também não ligo, não. Todo jogo que tem escudo eu prefiro jogar sem. Roubar? Mas isso aqui é meu quarto, gente. Ah, não. Tudo bem que é um quarto temporário, que eu tô visitando esse lugar, eles me deram esse quarto só enquanto eu tô aqui, mas... Roubar? Se você matar rápido, não precisa de escudo. Então. Mas dá pra se defender mesmo sem escudo. Se rouba. Não. Deixa ali, né? Fazer o quê? Encontre isca. Onde que esse cara tá, será? Eita. Em nome do pai, do filho. E aí, soldado? É pra cá que sai? E aí, guarda? Ah, aqui que sai. Que isso? Isca tá pescando?
You see, meine Dame, we aren't idle here. My men train like that every
Meu
day.
cavalo grudado nas pessoas. Sai daí, cavalo.
If Sigismund and his army happen to turn up, you
Cachorro, sai da arena de batalha, vem pra cá.
Why would he come here?
Caralho, ele pula. Tá.
Lord Pisak used to be the king's mint master,
Aye, aye.
and everyone knows
Silly
he's on
doggy.
Wednesday.
Isca de peixe, entendeu?
Yes.
Ah, tá. Nossa senhora.
Afraid of him?
Come aí.
Right. Let the ginger fox come. Our walls will hold back his army.
Or most of them, at least.
E aí, Caterine, o que você tá fazendo aqui fora?
I'm just a simple village woman. But the wall above the gate is crumbling like stale bread.
What?
And the towers. The local villagers have them stuffed with hay.
But, good wife, you don't know what you're talking
Você deu um saco pro cachorro comer, não? Ele tira do saco ali.
Rain and a storm destroyed the hay sheds.
As I say, I'm just a simple village woman.
Ele é inteligente.
But lo, the worth Henry.
Que é isso, gente? Que take é esse? Esse cavalo aí tá querendo aparecer mesmo, hein?
Desolate fortress.
That's not how I'd put it. In the end, as my Großvater said, the strength of a castle is measured by its garrison, and mine is one of the best in the region.
I'm a simple
What do you
villager
say,
woman.
lad? Am I
Ela não é
right?
uma simples moça do vilarejo, não, cara. Ela literalmente tirou nós da sala de tortura. O que acham? Estou certo? Eu sou a guarnição, uma piada. Não quero lutar tanto assim. Sua guarnição não é uma piada, vai, mas eu também é impressionante, mas eu vou ser legal.
I have to admit, the soldiers here look pretty fearsome. I wouldn't want to come up against them in battle.
I get the feeling you'd run instead of facing them, though. Eh?
Leave him be.
Olha o chapéu do cara entrando dentro dele. Pior jogo do mundo. Inaceitável isso. Eu os enfrentaria.
Now look here, I was just being polite. I'd happily take on your men.
Ach ja?
Do you
Sim.
fancy yourself a knight?
Come,
Ah,
Junge.
ô cavalo, não aparece na frente de mim não, cara. O que você tá achando que você é quem? Você não é o protagonista.
And let you have a go against one of ours. Pulcock, come here.
Que? O
First to
punheteiro?
bleed loses.
O soldado dele é punheteiro. Vai, ataca. Tá com medo? Tá bom, ele não tava com medo. Desculpa. Toma essa. Oxe, mano, me atacou como?
Getting started.
Ganhei. Punheteiro, mata jogador de LoL. Derrotei ele, esse merda, hein. Vai lá bater uma. Tá cansado? Não aguentou, né? Cadê o cara que eu tenho que falar? É com você, né? E aí, mano, ganhei.
Excellent, Henry.
Ah, it was nothing.
Good gemacht. You have my admiration.
Ele assim, pra você
Really
parar.
are good with the sword.
Vou morrer.
I hope my idiots learned a thing or two from you.
Eu sou
You should
foda.
receive some kind of reward for that feat.
And what rewards would you have in mind?
I was rearranging our saddlebags and I remembered I took a small memento from Trotsky.
Oh,
O quê?
what is it?
A hunting crossbow.
Ah, aposto
I
que não é
even
melhor
think
que a
it's
minha.
von Berghoff's. I was meaning to sell it, but
Mas morrendo se achando aí.
it might
Cara,
save
não,
you
não
back.
cheguei nem na metade da
A
vida.
word. Thank you. I better
A
go
letra
and
de
find
campo
Zizka.
decorada.
The Margrave is expecting us.
I saw Zizka next to the stables.
Ah,
There was
valeu
some
pela
girl
informação aí.
hanging around him.
E
Do you want to come with us to see Jobst?
Not really. I'll go and pack my things instead. I have a feeling we'll have to leave soon.
ele tá
What?
cansado.
A woman's intuition.
É uma guerra. Uma guerra não. Uma luta de espadas cansa. Calma aí. Deixa eu ver se essa balestra é melhor. Caralho, é muito melhor que a minha. E vale 1000 conto. É louco, hein? Essa Caterina aí tá boa. Valeu pela balestra. Agora eu posso vender a outra. Você me dá banho?
What are you here for?
Não. Ixi, guarda atropelada. Tô falando pra você que vocês são mulher de care. Mano, o Henry, ele pega todas. Não tem nenhum negocinho pra me lavar aqui, não?
And this scar. It's
Tem.
strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
Por que você tá com esse óculos ridículo? Esse óculos é muito foda. E ele me dá mais carisma, tá? Se eu tirar esse óculos, ó, eu tô com 15 de carisma. Se eu tiro o óculos, eu fico com 14. Ou seja, é muita diferença. Tem uma exclamação aqui. O cachorro bebendo água. Mano, o cachorro ele mija, ele bebe água, Até se tem uma poça no chão, ele bebe água da poça. Muito foda.
I heard Kuttenberg surrendered to Sigismund, and his army is running amok here in the area.
They are. These dreckigen Hurensöhne are angry, you see? They thought they would rake in
Porque só nobres têm esses óculos aí.
But they couldn't have been more wrong. Sigismund kept all the treasure for himself. Why should he pay
Mendigo não ia ter um óculos desse, daí as pessoas não respeitam.
The local lords are feeding them.
What?
Os óculos custam
I don't
dinheiro.
understand.
Dann
Por ser
pass mal
caro,
auf.
eu já passo uma impressão melhor.
Began looting the villages around the city. The local nobility
Exatamente.
quickly decided it's better to pay them Lösegeld.
So that Hungarian bastard is getting rich, while the locals feed his army.
Das trifft den Nagel auf den Kopf. And yet, that carrot-top Schweinehund lets the monks in the Zealots monastery fuss over him while he receives legations from the whole kingdom.
Engraçado, todo mundo é pobre. Dependendo da região, a pessoa é pobre. Tem gente nesse castelo que não é rico, mora aqui pra trabalhar pros caras. E tem uns ricos, né?
Do you know by chance how to get into that monastery where Sigismund is staying?
Isso aqui não é um castelo, não. É mais uma
Hast
fortaleza,
du
na
den
real.
Verstand verloren?
Castelo mesmo.
You can forget
Ainda não
about
cheguei
that.
nesse mapa novo.
Won't get in there.
No último mapa tinha um castelo
Listen
foda.
to what I tell you. I don't know what you're planning, but I'll give you some good advice. Leave Sigismund alone. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but surely. You'll see. You'd better be glad you still have your head.
Sigismund atacou
Did
vocês.
Sigismund also attack Suchdol?
Oh, yes, as soon as he got here. But my men know what to do. Mit der Hilfe Gottes, we fended him off and forced him to negotiate. Mein Herr Peter, however, had to pay him a fat Lösegeld to leave us in peace. The villagers in the vicinity fared even worse.
What happened?
They raised Mesolis and Apatovitz. There was nothing left but ashes and stones. They haven't been here since then, but who knows what tomorrow may bring. Der Teufel
Who
soll
knows?
Sigismund holen.
Me conta sobre a região de
How do
Kuttenberg.
things work around here? Is there something I should be wary of?
Not really, except for the Sigismund military camp at Opatowitz. And it isn't really all that safe in the raised villages either. Diese Banditenbanden have settled in there. A bunch of
Banditenbanden.
dossers who'll easily cut your throat for a piece of bread. Ah, so God will. These evil times will soon be over.
Como chega a Kuttenberg?
How do I get to Kuttenberg from here?
Das ist nicht schwer. You just take the main road to the east and then you'll see the church towers. Or you can also follow your nose. There's smoke rising from the Kuttenberg smelters day and night. The smell is hell.
Essa cidade tá no hype, essa Kuttenberg aí. Quero ver se é tudo isso.
The silvers why Kuttenberg is the second richest city in the kingdom, right after Prague.
Where did you say Sigismund's army is camped?
Unfortunately, they're close. They've occupied the hill above the main road near Kuttenberg, so no one could just come and help the town. When you walk out of the village and look toward Opatowitz, you should see the flags flying above their camp. Pah, that Hungarian camp is like a boil. It's just festering and we just can't get rid of it.
I need to top up my supplies. Where could I find some merchants here?
You'd be better off asking the innkeeper Slivka in the village about these things. He knows everyone from far and wide. And that's no surprise, because he makes such good spirits.
I'd like to learn.
What is this about?
Oh, nossa, ele me ensina habilidades avançadas, mas é muito caro. Não vou gastar, não.
How's it going, Captain?
Sehr interessant.
What of it? So is there any...
Was soll ich sagen? After our lord paid ransom for us to the Aberwarte, I
coisa.
ought to have a word with our huntsman Dobrosh. See, someone poached a white roebuck in his territory.
White roebuck?
Yeah, and Dobrosh takes it as a personal offense.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Just ask him if there's anything new. Oh, yeah. He really
Ja,
died on
Wort.
that creature.
Okay.
Das war alles. I don't have anything else.
All right.
Tá, valeu aí pela informação, mano. Agora desbloqueei mais uma missão secundária. Que tá onde? Faço a mínima ideia. Ah, é aqui do lado. Mas depois eu faço, né? Vamos falar com o Zisk ali. E aí, capitão?
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen better days. And you, youngster?
Me? Well, considering what we've been through, surprisingly good.
Pois é.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
Nah, don't say that. You still have your strength. A real man of iron.
A damned
Okay,
rusty one, I'd say. But enough chat. I see Jobst has returned to the fortress.
That's why I'm here. They're expecting us. I wanted to take Catherine along too, but she said she'd rather get the horses ready.
She's doing the right thing. And you better run ahead and greet the Margrave. I'll join you shortly.
Are you expecting trouble?
I always expect trouble. Jobst has turned coats more times than I can count. And the way things are these days, I'd rather have horses standing by, even on a visit to my parents.
What about that dry devil of yours? Did you find out where he went?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems they're hoping it's as far away as possible. I'm not surprised. If I know him, he wasn't the ideal guest.
É, quem
At least
sabe.
Jobst might know where he is.
He might. To be honest, that's the only reason for talking to him.
Should I really go and see Jobst on my own? He's a Margrave, though.
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Ratai. I only know what I've heard about him.
Well, all right, but he sent for us both. How's it going to look?
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand, I'm doing this for our benefit. The less time I
Tá bom.
spend with a Margrave in one room, the better.
All right, then. I'll be going then.
Vambora. Mats. E aí, Susana? Guarda. Os caras estão treinando ali. Tem que subir. E aí, Cook? Opa, é aqui. Salve. E aí, Obst?
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
É, aconteceu bastante coisa, viu?
Bergov had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already long since made a deal with Sigismund. But of course, he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, he used us to do his dirty work. Everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. They took Lord Capon away. In fact, that's why we're here. We were following von Bergov's trail.
So I've heard. But I'd be interested to know the details. It's been some time since our meeting in Ratai, and now you appear here by the side of a quite unexpected guest.
Well, it wasn't the best circumstances to meet Zhizka in. They sent him to the Trotsky region to cause problems, and our paths happened to cross. We crossed swords. I can only thank God we didn't kill each other.
And who was giving Zhizka orders? Do you know?
I think it's some Jan Sokol.
Lamberg.
Lamberg?
That would make sense. He was always quite pig-headed.
Forgive me, my lord, but how is it possible you don't know? Aren't you all on the same side?
Bear in mind that my dear cousin, His Majesty King Wenceslas, has many supporters, and each of them has their own ideas about how to defend him.
I understand. It seems complicated.
On the contrary, it's all quite simple. If I could get them all together in one banquet hall, give them their fill of wine and venison, they'd come to an agreement on the spot. Let's move on. I heard something about a pillory and poaching. What in God's name did you and Sir Hans get up to?
Em vez de mensageiros
Things went wrong
acharam que
right
era
from the beginning. We were ambushed, and we lost the letter. Lord Capon and I were lucky to get out of it alive. But no one at Trotsky believed that we were messengers.
Von Berghoff refused to aid a nobleman in need. That seems pretty low for a man of his stature.
Well, to be honest, Lord Capon didn't really look much like a nobleman. We were ambushed while bathing in a pond, and then we fled through the woods. So we really looked like a pair of beggars.
Ah, that must have been a peculiar feeling for Lord Capon.
No appearance para aqui.
You can't even imagine it, Your Grace.
I certainly cannot, in truth. In any case, are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell me?
Istvan Toth estava em
You
Trotsky.
should probably know that Istvan Toth was working for von Berghoff.
Who's he?
One of Sigismund's cronies. He was causing havoc around Ratai.
Ah, yes. Hanush and Radzig mentioned some such person. They even foolishly let him go.
They had to. They gave him their word.
Yes. Well, it's actually quite heartening that some people still have such naive ideas about the world.
Well, no one let him go this time. He's dead.
Very good. From what I've heard, he was a bandit and a cutthroat.
Eu matei
There should
ele.
be no dealings with his ilk. And do you want to tell me anything else? Besides about Toth?
That's all that happened, sir.
Truly. My court messenger and bearer of tidings, both good and bad, John of Liechtenstein, has mysteriously gone silent.
Ixi.
So every piece of information I get now is precious. By the way, you said you were in von Berghoff's dungeon. And I can imagine how they treated you there. Tell me.
Well, although it wasn't me who told him, von Berghoff did get certain information.
What information?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kuttenberg. And what he's doing there. I'm really sorry, sir, but... well, they tortured us.
That is truly unfortunate. But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect anyone to hold their tongue under torture.
Pois é.
But Lord Liechtenstein... what if they killed him because of us?
John went straight into the lion's den. He knew the risks. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you already want to go home.
Eu não posso abandonar Sir Hans.
What? Go home? I can't. I have to rescue Sir Hans. I made a promise I'd protect him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Berghoff has him trapped in a gilded cage.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now is to wait for the ransom demand.
Não, eu vou resgatar o Capon.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa.
O negócio tá tenso.
Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences.
Ameaça leve, né?
I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information.
Bora.
Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in his godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Beleza.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the...
Let's go.
Bora. Cocheiro, você pode pagar para uma caravana levada entre as regiões de Trotsky e Kuttenberg. Ah, legal.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him?
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
So all the taverns and dens in the region?
If it comes to that.
I'm up for that.
Don't get your hopes up. We'll have a beer, listen to the local rumor mill, And if we don't find anything, we'll pay up and move on.
Beleza.
Start.
I have heard of a place that's a favored meeting spot of bandits, poachers, and all kinds of scum. If I was looking for the devil, or at least someone who knows something about him, that's where I'd go.
Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the devil, what then?
If we're really to step on Sigismund's toes, we need capable men. And the devil's capable. Of anything, really.
I'm not sure what the three of us can achieve.
Hinek's not alone. He has the devil's pack.
Who?
That's what his band is called. They're exactly the sort of men we need.
And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon?
The same thing we did to von Berghoff. But don't worry. It's gonna take a lot of time before we're ready. In the meantime, hopefully Catherine will find out where young Liechtenstein is hiding. If his spy network really lives up to the legend, he'll surely know where they're keeping young Capon.
I just hope Sir Hans is all right.
Why wouldn't he be? He's the Lord of Perkstein. He's of no use to them dead.
If I don't bring him back to Hanush alive, I might as well hang myself. Anyway, how much farther is it?
Still a long way to go. Shall we speed up?
Não, quero
The road's quiet. The surroundings are pretty.
passear,
Why
passear.
rush? At least we won't be so conspicuous.
If you say so.
É, mano, paisagem bonita. Uma região nova. E a gente já tira nuvens do caminho também, ó. Ô, cachorrinho vindo comigo. Muds. Eita. É um acampamento aquilo ali? Meu Deus, se aquilo for o acampamento do Otto von Berghoff, errou.
Shouldn't we speed up? We won't get there before dark like this.
What's the matter? Don't you want to enjoy the scenery?
Right.
Ah,
Why
tá.
hurry? There's plenty of time.
É bipolar. Upei alguma coisa. Upei, mas não ganhei ponto de habilidade, pelo visto. Mas realmente é muito menos floresta nesse mapa do que no de Trotsky. A carroça. Rotação grandona aí. Pula. Estamos chegando numa civilização aqui, hein? Civilization. Civilization. Será que é esse lugar? Miskovitz. É Estão construindo, hein? Sai da frente, ó. A gente tá passando reto por Moscovitz, né? Porque a gente não vai parar aqui. Esse jogo magnífico, né, mano? É longe mesmo, hein, Gutenberg, caralho. Não esperava que ia ser tão longe. Ih, aquilo ali, hein. Várias terras empilhadas. Essa área aqui já tá meio zoneada, né? Um monte de toco de árvore. Parece uma área em construção. Eita porra, vira aqui. Essas viradas bruscas, hein? Ah, é pra vir pra cá. Horsham. Não é Gutenberg ainda. Mano, Gutenberg é onde? Caralho, mano. Realmente do outro lado do mapa. Caramba. Não esperava. Ia ser tão longe. Mano, tem uma... lagarta tentando entrar no meu quarto. Ainda bem que eu deixei fechado a minha janela, velho. Ih, do caralho. Que lugar é esse? Toca do diabo. Eita porra. É aqui? Não foi pra Gutenberg, então.
Keep your hand on your hilt, Henry. Around here, you never know what might happen.
Tá. Meu Deus, já tá tendo treta.
I warned you had it coming, you drunk.
Hang on. I didn't see it. Does feel better when I've had a drink. It's a gift from God.
Either you pay us back our coin, or you can leave your head with us.
You wouldn't get a crossing for an alternative, mine.
You're right about that.
I'd have a use for that turnip. But I can only pay for it with iron.
Aí.
Shiska?
You turn on your heel and get going. If you value your life. You might have noticed there's more of us
Aí daí.
than you.
Eu mato vocês três sozinho.
That can be fixed.
Fácil. Acabou esse. Acabou esse. Acabou esse.
Do I have to pull you out of trouble again? I see you're still a drunkard.
It's good to see you too, Shishka. What happened to...
That doesn't matter now.
Huh? Who's that? Where's your old band?
You're looking at all that's left of it.
I see we have a lot to talk about.
That we do. Anyway, this is Henry.
From Skalitz.
Henry, this
Of
is
Skalitz.
Lubyanka.
Hiya, lad. And thanks for the help. You're handy with a sword.
Thanks.
Not that I couldn't handle them myself.
He would be one of the best archers north of the Alps. If he wasn't drunk or with one arm in the stocks all the time.
Foi fácil achar o diabo seco, então.
Shouldn't we leave before someone notices the corpses?
Easy, lad. This was the devil's den. If we behave ourselves, the innkeeper will just charge us a cleaning fee, and that will be that.
There will be plenty of time to get acquainted with the local customs. We're looking for the devil. Where is he?
Well, when I said we have a lot to talk about, now is the time. This is the innkeeper, Dreadlight.
Gentlemen, I won't have this. You're murdering my guests and making a mess.
Estalajadeira.
They've been drinking on credit for half a day. Who's going to pay for this now?
If you search their pockets and sell their weapons, that should cover it. And I have a feeling Kubienka here owed them some dice winnings.
I didn't cheat.
Pay him.
All right, then. What did I do to deserve you? Here you go.
Ah, I see you are a nobleman and a generous one at that. You didn't have to, but thank you. I'm much obliged. You don't need to worry about anything. We'll clear away the corpses, pour some sand on the blood, and no one will know what happened here.
That's nice of you. But leave us alone now.
Nobody will be looking for them anyway. Only the catchpoles would be interested in them. You might even get a reward.
Did you hear Lord Chishka?
Yes, I did. Of course. I'm leaving. Just call if you need anything.
Beleza, estalajadeiro, vaza.
Is it just you and the devil here? Where's the rest?
That's the problem.
What problem?
Well, I'm alone here.
Porra.
Who's this devil fella of yours, anyway?
He's an angry, dangerous murderer. Someone you want on your side, but never against you.
And a treacherous old fox, too. One time, he was besieging a castle, and when they refused to surrender, he dressed up as a begging hag. They let him in, and he slit their throats in their sleep. I still regret not being there to see that.
I was there. In fact, he kidnapped that hag's grandsons and told her he'd cripple them unless she let him in the castle. She opened the gate for him at night, and you know the rest.
Ha! Well, I could better the way Devil tells it.
Cadê os outros?
Where's everybody else?
I'd like to know that too.
Ah, então ele não é o diabo.
When the devil was captured, they scattered. Some are dead, some ran for the hills. Some are probably holed up somewhere drinking.
Tá.
What? The devil's been captured,
Porra.
and that's how you tell me the news?
Who captured him?
How should I know? Some armed bastards.
Shit, Kubianka, you must know who came after you and why.
Well, we botched this job in Kuttenberg. It was supposed to be a breeze, but the fuckers outnumbered us 3-1. Before we could react, they knocked the devil down and pounded on him like a deaf man on a door. Ada and I tried to help him, but we just couldn't.
Fuck.
It pisses me off that we had to leave him there. But we would have been captured.
Ai, meu Deus.
You know where they're keeping him?
Why?
Agora mais pra resgatar.
Kandar took him. So he's probably in the town jail?
Fuck. There's no way we're getting him out of there.
My words. Otherwise, we would have gotten him away from those fuckers a long time ago. Not even a mouse can get him there.
Fudeu.
Can't pull off something like that.
How long has it been since he was captured?
I've been sitting here drinking ever since it happened. So, maybe a week, maybe even a month. More like a month.
A month? They haven't hanged him yet.
That's the thing. The devil's famous. Lots of people want him dead. But they won't give him the news or the axe. They want to send his soul to the Lord in a much worse way.
Ixi.
The devil is a proper bastard. But not even he deserves that.
What are they planning to do with him?
The devil's got a fat price on his head. He's the most feared robber baron in Bohemia. There are several empty tents in Sigismund's camp, thanks to him. They really want to relish his death. They'll take him to their camp outside of town for that.
Who told you that?
When someone owes you a dice wager, they'll spill him what they don't know. They say the people of Kuttenberg can't wait to see him gone.
If they're gonna move him, that could be our chance. We'll wait for them and free the devil.
He will be watched by a dozen armed guards. We're only 3. So unless you have 10 men up your sleeve...
I thought the devil would have at least 10 men. But other than that, it makes sense. I don't think we'll have another shot.
I was going to hire some muscle for help here, but
sim.
I got thirsty. You know the rest.
More like I know you. But maybe we'll find someone around here. Everybody will listen if we mention coin. Can you think of anything else that might come in handy?
Well, how about some hand cannons?
Have you got some?
Well, not on me. But maybe there are some in our old camp. It isn't far.
Maybe.
Maybe. Surely. If I can remember where we hit them. And as luck would have it, they're not far from the road they used to transport the devil.
What place is that?
This narrow gully with a nice curve that backs for something nasty to happen in it. West of here. You can't miss it.
Tá.
Looks like there's still some sense left in your noggin despite the booze.
And what about me?
You'll go with Kubianka to get the hand cannons he maybe... surely hid somewhere.
Eu tenho uma, inclusive.
Great. At least I won't have to carry them myself.
Don't dilly-dally. And when you have them, meet me at the ambush spot. Keep an eye on him. And don't let him talk your ear off.
Beleza. Toma, cachorro.
How did you meet Shishka anyway?
We tried to capture him, but he ambushed and captured us instead.
That sounds like Shishka. But that is how friendships for life are made.
With one of them in jail, while the other mocks them through the bars.
Actually, that's how I met my wife.
You have a wife?
Caralho.
Where is she now?
Where could she be? Maybe rotting in the jail. I left her
Possível.
there on our wedding night.
Well, if that's what you say.
Oh, come on, Henry. You must have some fun, even if you are about to hang. Do not frown. It does not suit you.
I'm not frowning. That's just how my face is.
My condolences, then.
Filho da puta.
Especially to your family. If my wife gave birth to something like that, I wouldn't know whether to fetch a priest or a shovel.
You don't know shit about my family, so keep your mouth shut.
Or what?
Or... you'll see.
Ah,
I've seen things you wouldn't believe.
You nearly got killed just now, yet you're stirring shit again.
Oh, well, I cannot help myself. Life's to be lived, and the body's to go to the grave properly fucked up. So I take it easy. As they say in Latin, carpe demon.
Carpe
So
Demon.
you're a mercenary, cutthroat, swindler, drunk, and
Esse caminho já foi ou é mais novidade? Mais novidade.
on top of that, a philosopher.
I'm a man of many... You know what.
A man of many debts and drinks.
Ah, come on, you do not even know me. We will get to know each other once we have a drink together. Speaking of which, would you have a drop on you?
No.
Fuck. I never ride out without some supplies. I don't know if I can stand it.
A few more stupid jokes and I'll plug your gob. But it won't be with booze.
You are very lucky to be with Shishka, that you saved me.
I'm starting to regret it.
That's why I like you. We will have so much fun together. I feel it in my bones. But we better pick up our pace. I need to piss.
Então bora. Tum, 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 tum. Muita andada de cavalo, né, nesse episódio. Mas, mano, faz parte, velho. A pressinha e o visual do jogo. Bonito, né? E chegamos. Não, o cara não vai parar pra mijar. Ih, não é nada realista esse mijo, hein, galera? Nada realista.
Almost done. Not done yet. Finally.
Meu Deus, que porco.
Leading to it. There were also some pretty rocks nearby. Ada used to wade through that stream every time he went to visit some lass. Or when he was returning. He can smell the wench from miles away, but he can't take 3 steps in the woods without getting lost. Some people are just made that way. Nothing you can do. I mean, if Ada could find the camp, you'll have no problem finding it yourself. Oh, and the hand cannons. They're buried somewhere near the camp. Just a few steps. that much I remember. Maybe by the stream. Or right in it? No, that's not it. Oh, we were drunk, but we're not that stupid. Although, maybe Janos and Edda are. One time, they decided to rob some merchant because we were running out of food and drink. They found one and decided...
Cala a boca.
What are we gonna do now?
Well, welcome to our camp. It's not much, but we called it home.
This mess?
Hey, you don't see me insulting your home.
So where are the cannons?
We hit something down below last time. And something is buried a little way.
Don't you remember where you put them?
Well, I
Yeah,
have a rough...
Oh, Jesus Christ. So? Where are they?
One of those places.
We're gonna dig through half the...
Nonsense. I'll walk... Anyway, we need a shovel.
Which one is that?
The one made of leaves.
Come on then.
Já tem mapa, eu acho. Não tem, não? Ó, vamos procurar. Tenho. O barulho que o bicho fez, hein? Esse bicho é barulhento. Ah, todo mundo fugiu, mano. Menos aquele, porque tá bugado. Errei. Tem um Shinap Salvador aqui.
To fortify ourselves.
I was a fool to think this would be easy.
So, I was wrong.
So you're digging the next one?
Não, com certeza não. Vamos tentar acertar aquele. Óbvio que não deu, né?
Listen, lad.
Just tell me you didn't throw those hand cannons in the water.
Of course not. Look at that basket over there.
What about it?
The cannons are not there, but there is something better.
No.
We're moving. No stalling.
You have as much fun as watching grass grow.
Bebida o quê, cara? Vai se fuder.
Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
You silly doggy.
Here you go. Take it. Search.
Tá aqui? Vamos ver.
Right. Enough playing around. Dig. Here.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Puta que pariu.
Ugh. What stench?
Grant him eternal life and some
Mano,
soul.
na moral.
What about us?
If Lodiel is here, then I reckon I know where the hand cannons are.
Tá fazendo perder tempo, seu cuzão. É aquilo ali?
So, this is it.
Don't tell me you've lost your way.
Oh, please. Me? Never. I found it.
Aê.
Dig the last hole yourself?
I'll tell you something. See? I told you I knew exactly where to find them.
Depois de ir em 3 lugares errados.
Oh, don't cry. We have more important things to do.
Will you take the cannons?
I won't be lugging them around.
Right. Are we going to see Zizka?
Let's go. Or do you want to go alone?
I'd rather go with you. Just in case.
Mount up then. We've
Bora.
wasted enough time as it is.
Não buga não, filho. É. Tá louco? Acho que vai bugar assim. Nossa, o negócio tava do lado onde a gente... Mano, não é possível.
Go! Go!
Bora.
Waters are foulets and drags from the
I think I've heard that one before.
Fuck all the rest today. I'm with my comrades.
How did Zizka put it?
All to eat
The best
today,
shot north of the
we'll
Alps,
be merry.
and also the best singer north of Sasau.
We'll make hats roll
Nightingales
like
have nothing
berries.
on you.
Me puxou o saco agora.
Fucking and boozing and boozing and fucking. Fucking and boozing, boozing and fucking. Bring on the barrels and roll up the wrenches. There's nothing better than a nice pair of titties.
Meu Deus.
That doesn't rhyme.
Não mesmo. Melhor essa rima aí.
Women, my friend, is a venomous creature. Best kick her out, cause her back's her best feature.
Meu
He'll
Deus.
break your heart and you want no other. Forget that damn troll up and drink your wine, brother.
Foda. Ih, olha, vai dar treta ali na frente.
Women, my friend, is a venomous creature. Best kick her out, cause her back's her best.
Ah não, tá certo. Era pra vir aqui. Uma galerinha,
Have the
hein?
hand cannons.
How did it go? Any trouble?
Caralho, o olho dele tá...
It went smoothly.
Tá certo isso?
Right. My memory's
O olho
like,
dele?
Civ,
See how well we understand each other.
what's the plan?
We wait. We'll position ourselves on the flanks.
Só isso que eu fiz no olho
When they
dele.
pass, we'll
Nem ficou
attack.
cego.
Why are the wagons standing there? I was hoping we would block the road with a tree or something.
Look what I managed to find. A true march of the maimed. If they had to cut down a tree, they'd chop off their own limbs. We at least took a wheel off. It looks less suspicious, and the convoy will have to stop anyway.
Oi, fuck, but
But what?
I would put it a little further back, so they will not see it until they are right next to it.
Ah, look who's thinking. And what then?
Then we rise with the hand cannons and blast the bastards to smithereens from above.
What a load of rubbish.
What rubbish? It is like
Rubbish.
a battlement, but on a wagon. You get it right? Haha.
Shut up. We'll do it my way.
Make up your minds. It's hard to say how much time we have.
So, Kubienka, take half of the men and go over there. The rest will stand on the other side.
Where will I go?
You'll stay here with me.
And then what?
We'll wait for them to arrive. And then...
And then... Algum tempo depois...
Are we there yet?
No, how many fucking times have I told you? Are you deaf?
Pay no attention to him, Rupert.
Pay no attention to him, Rupert.
O cara é o burro do Shrek.
Throw me up in irons. You can't even show me a grain of human decency.
Eita.
Paul. What the fuck?
Damn. There's more of them than I was expecting.
We can't back out now. Let's blast at them and seize the advantage.
Oi! You two! Get that wreck off the road.
Not to worry, Honorable Sir. We're working on it.
Caralho, que da hora. Vai, Harry, você tem que acertar, hein?
To the task!
Caralho! Ah, é sério isso? Que patético, mano. Matou o cavalo.
My leg, damn it!
Ah!
Well, that was just a warning shot. Surrender, or the next one will go straight through your guts.
Mano. Cara, uns pateta, velho.
So next time, will you hit the mark?
I'd rather settle it without bloodshed.
That's easy. Surrender, and none of you will be harmed. Until you hang alongside the devil, that is.
The only one surrendering will be you.
Oh, really? Rupert, bring that bastard to me. And you, arrest the others. If they resist, just kill them.
Halt! Not another step, or...
Oh, what? Are you gonna shoot at this sky again?
Puta merda.
Shut up! Or I'll put a hole in you so big, you'll be able to see Kuttenberg through it.
Ai! Ah, vai se fuder, mano. Não dá pra acertar essa merda, velho. Eu queria muito acertar alguém com isso. Eita porra! Caralho! Ah, vai tomar no cu. Pera aí, porra. Calma aí. Caralho.
Pray for a quick death, you bastard.
Have this for your effort.
Aí, acertei.
Haven't had enough yet? You never saw that coming.
Cadê a arma, mano? Cadê a espada, velho? What the fuck? Derrubaram minha espada no chão? Os caras me desarmou, irmão. Os caras tinham me desarmado.
Oh, you led him on nicely!
Caralho. Resgatamos de água simples. Oh, quase morri, hein?
We should get out of here, don't you think?
The sooner we're gone.
Bora. Ah, foi fácil resgatar o Diago pro seco até.
Welcome back, Hinnick.
If it wasn't for you,
Que
I'd
bicho
still be
feio,
getting
hein?
worked over by those bastards in Sigismund's camp. You saved my arse, fellas.
Although I have a second hole in it now because of you. Ouch!
That was an accident. I couldn't hit you that well, even if I wanted to.
That would be a shame. We'd be hard-pressed to find another horseman like him.
Spare me the flattery. It's enough you thought I was worth saving. Warms the cockles of my heart.
Don't thank me until you know what we're up to.
Ha ha! I knew there was a reason you rescued me. What's your plan?
First, we should find the rest of your band.
Hold your horses, Henry. First things first. We have more important things to deal with. How are we doing, Devil? Do you have some kind of hideout? What about your people?
Hideout? That old camp was a shithole.
Don't insult our home from home.
Shush! We can stay here.
Here? For all to see?
This here hole is far from town, and has such a bad reputation that decent people are afraid to come here. As long as you're paying, old Treadlight will serve you wholeheartedly. This place has everything we need, and people who come here can be recruited for some dirty work.
And there are no fleas in the beds.
Furthermore, it's called the Devil's Den, and I like that.
All right, have it your way. Henry, go to the innkeeper and arrange our stay here. But back to the point, Devil. What about your people?
My people? Kubienka isn't enough for you.
No, he isn't.
That's too bad. Oh, they fucked off somewhere. They didn't send any messages to my jail cell.
We'll have to do something about that. But first, you should go and see Catherine. See if she's settled in and if she's all right. She said she'd try to find work at the Hangman's Halter Tavern.
You're not coming with me?
Does that bother you? What?
Someone might recognize me.
All right. Well,
I don't know about these two, but I'll be having a rest.
But we don't have time for that. Like Henry said, we need more people. The three of us could just about...
Forget it. It hurts like you shot off one of my arse cheeks. I can barely stand.
At least tell me what happened to your infamous Devil's Pack. Where can we find...
Yeah, I'd like to know that too. Where are they, Kubienka? Why didn't you lot free me from jail?
You gather a band of criminals and then you are surprised they cannot be trusted?
So, nobody's left?
Some might return now that the devil is back.
Well, if they're not already swinging on the gallows somewhere.
Or will you find them? They could be anywhere.
We'll have to search for them. Will you help us, Henry?
What?
I reckon I don't have a choice, do I?
I'll like that, Boyle.
At least tell him where to find the bastards.
I'd love to. But I don't even know who survived that fuck-up.
Not many of us are left. I reckon they are gorging themselves somewhere.
What about Bahuta and his brother? They've always been reliable.
Slavik died, Bahuta took it badly. He's not coming back.
Fuck.
Henry may be able to...
I doubt it, but he can try.
Do we have anyone else?
Well, there's Matthew and Roniak. But who knows?
And that's all.
We could also try those rebellious farmers who are fighting.
I don't want any dirty peasants. I want my old pack.
In that case, there's no one else.
Well, you've only given me their names, but I need to know a bit more than that. I don't even know where to start.
Come and see me before you head out. I knew them pretty well, so...
Liechtenstein can wait. I better look for the rest of your devil's pack.
Great. But be careful. I didn't recruit them for their pretty eyes. They're probably not going to be very friendly.
I'll bear that in mind.
All right, go ahead. But don't forget, Catherine's waiting for you in Kuttenberg.
Oh, porra.
You said you were going to tell me more about the Devil's former band.
You really do not waste time, do you? Anyway, only a few fellas out of the whole glorious pack, so as far as I know.
Leve Bahuta, Roniak, nosso garanhão.
And maybe
Tell me about Bahuta first. Who is he, anyway?
Well, Bahuta, he was always in trouble. Angry as a dog and covered in bruises. He and his brother could drink all the beer in the inn. Just the two of them. Then they would make a terrible ruckus.
It sounds like you... But you said his brother was dead.
Yes, he died right before Bahuta's eyes. Not pretty. He dropped everything overnight and turned to prayer. As if he was scared of being next in line.
Where can I find Bahuta?
At the rectory in Grunts. He helps out.
Did you ever see him again after?
Yeah. But there was no reasoning with him.
You think it'll be different now?
Look, I don't know. Maybe when he hears the devil's...
I'll go over there.
But be careful. Bahuta was never far was Slavic who kept him from ending up on the gallows.
Now tell me something about this Matthew fella. Someone with a name like that surely can't be all bad.
The name may be pretty, but he's as ugly as sin. He's also a damn willy bastard. People say he likes to rob on...
And where do I find him?
I hear there's someone robbing merchants on the roads near Miskovitz. That would be fitting for him. Maybe the bailiff can tell you more.
Bailiff?
It's practically happening in his yard.
If he's so crooked, why did you take him into your band in the first place?
Nasty characters are more suited to our line of work. It is much harder to...
I'm not afraid of dirty work.
Hear, hear. If it bothers you, there's no place for you with the devil.
What about the rest of the band? You mentioned more than one person.
Of course. That leaves Janos, Ada and Raniek. I don't know where they are, but I can tell you about them.
Who is this Adder? What kind of nickname is that, anyway?
Oh, that's easy. He's called Ada because he can't keep his snake in his breeches. He's Polish. He does not speak our tongue, so only Janos can speak to him, really. But otherwise, he's a fucking hilarious. And when shit gets tough, he can really handle it.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where he could be?
I have no idea. But if you find Janos, Ada will be nearby. The two of them are practically inseparable.
How am I supposed to communicate with Adder? I don't speak a word of Polish.
Yes, you do. We all say kurwa. You must use your hands and feet for the rest. I always manage, and so will you.
Tell me more about this Raniek.
Raniek has a great aim. Slightly better than me, even. Oh, and that bow of his, I tell ya, is a masterpiece. That is how you will know it is him.
How did he get that bow?
How do you think? He won it playing dice. But that was the first and last time he ever won anything. If anyone is really unlucky, it is him. But he would not stop if you were to cut off his hands.
Do you have any idea how I could find him?
Oh, I don't know anything about him. Try asking around at inns where they play dice. It is possible he lost his hose in one of them.
Did you ever see him again after the devil was captured?
Oh, just once. He wanted me to lend him money. But I was skint and looking for a way to get either way. I told him to fuck.
A star.
Tell me about this Janos.
Janos? He's from Hungary. Speaks like a Tatar, but at least you can understand him a little, unlike Ada.
And how did he get here? Did he defect from Sigismund?
Not at all. He did something back home, had the gallows waiting for him, so he fled to Moravia. He was having the time of his life until recently. Wine, women, and song. But now he has problems because people take him for a human. But if you knew how he can cook, give him a dad bread and half a carrot, and he will cook you a 3-course dinner.
How can I recognize this Janos?
Like I said, he looks a bit like a human. He speaks almost like we. When you talk to him, you will...
I'm already liking this Janos.
Janos.
I like girls. I like looking at them. And if they want, I have a little fun with them.
Oh, then he would get himself killed just to get...
Meu Deus.
Thanks.
They may sound like a bunch of morons as I tell it, but they will be damn useful.
Your hand cannons have done us more harm than good.
But we shot that mare beautifully. The devil himself couldn't have aimed any better, and he...
How long have you been a warrior?
I was supposed to be a carpenter, but the job wasn't for me. Most of the time I couldn't even hit the chisel with my mallet. Then I lost my master's
Por isso que você é ruim em atirar bombarda.
Then I came across a group of mercenaries and they hired me. Once I got a tight...
Who taught you how to fight?
No one. I was absolutely awful. But I could drink... I learned the...
That commander...
No. I only met the devil later, with another band. Once they stop paying, or you run out of things to steal, it's best to...
That's exactly what happened when they captured the devil.
More or less, but I think he understands.
What honor?
Exactly.
Why were you the only one of your band who tried to save the devil?
I don't think I could sleep easy if they actually executed that old bastard. Fuck, I know the devil better than I know my own old man. And he still owes me groschen from our last raid. And I take that seriously.
How do you know Zizka?
I think I know him from the ambush near Prague.
Who did you ambush?
His men actually ambushed us. Actually, they jumped us at a bend. Before we knew it, blood was spilled.
Just you?
I was so fucked up that as I cocked my crossbow, the bowstring broke off and slashed my hands.
And you still have both of them?
Saint Bibiana must have been watching over me. My gloves came off, revealing bloody gashes on my palms, like Christ himself. I reckon they had fun watching me jump around, curse and flail my arms. So they kept me. I kept that bloody bowstring for luck.
Earlier, you mentioned a bunch of peasants taking up arms against Sigismund.
Aye, a bunch of villagers. But they might be onto something.
How are they trying to fight Sigismund?
Do not imagine anything too grand. Some time ago, they raided a supply caravan. They are doing a good job. But if they keep stepping...
We could use them.
I agree. But Shishka was against it.
So?
Well, I'm not going...
No.
If Zizka doesn't agree with this...
I'm not proposing a mute, but do as you will. We can talk...
Não vou fazer negócio contra os Zizka, não.
How did you meet,
For the first time? A few years ago. My company was attacked near Olam.
Wait, what?
We were fighting for Margrave Jobst. And he
Margrave.
fought brother Prokop.
Jobs.
Why did he let you live?
Because I shot and killed 2 of his men. And crippled 3 others.
And he just let you go?
Not a chance. I woke tied up with a split. Tri-Devil was all fired up. Betting with it.
And what was the catch?
That fucker took me to the ramparts and said that if I piss and hit the ale pit, otherwise...
Wow.
You bet I...
Teach me something.
It'll take some... But for a few...
Muito caro. Tá, mas desbloquear professor a mais, hein? Zizka.
What will you do now?
We'll give it some thought and see. Hopefully we'll know better when you come back from Liechtenstein.
Who is this Kubyanka, anyway?
We were defending a castle and hiding in the woods together.
Can he be trusted?
Aye. When he's sober, that is. He's known to provoke until... Did you see what happened?
You mean how they wanted to cut his throat for a cheat?
Aye. It's best not to play with him. You'd be better...
What should I know about the devil?
Just look at him.
I heard he's a nobleman.
He's the captain of Znojmo. But it's true that he doesn't care. He has a foul mouth, and he's anything but chivalrous.
What draws you to him?
We're both different. That's our strength. When things go to shit, he takes over. It often...
Aren't you worried about Catherine?
Do you think I should be?
I don't know. But when you're stalking Liechtenstein...
No one forced Catherine. She knows what she's doing, and she can remember how she dealt with the guards at Trotsky. She's braver and more dangerous than...
Aye, but...
Catherine sharpens her dagger every day. It's always razor sharp.
É, os caras não vai tentar brincar com ela, não.
Will you be spending them?
Seems that way.
But of course. We have two. I'll have them cleaned up.
Don't even bother.
Treadlight. The name's Treadlight.
Treadlight, pisa leve. Oxi.
I have a question.
Ask away.
You don't seem like an ordinary...
And what else would I be?
Oh, come on. A tavern in the middle of nowhere and full of rogues on top of that.
Me? But...
An honest-to-God fence, eh?
How dare...
Ah, stop with the mummery. Are you afraid I'll turn you in? You think I want someone sniffing around here?
All right, then. Pretending to be a... If you ever find any... lost items...
Perfeito.
Bring them to me.
I reckon the two of us...
I'm glad to hear it.
Can I have...
Of course.
Why is this place called the Devil's Den?
Why do you think? Take a look at the regulars.
Do you prefer the noble elite?
Well, I didn't want to attract any
Devil's Den sounds better anyway.
Maybe so, but it doesn't really...
What's new around?
There's trouble with demons in Old Cutner. There was a great tragedy one time in the mine. The ground collapsed, and a pit to hell. There's talk that young Bruttons form a fight club in Horsham. Maybe they'll let you into their circle. And then Smolka came back. She's the one who runs the bathhouse across... She said a fella came in, all restless and fidgety. Said he wanted to take her somewhere else. And Smolka would... You know how it is.
Was he a fucking pig? So what did he do?
The girl came running in all beaten up. Smolka couldn't... I went to see her. The girl was all blue with bruises. Her knees...
Who was this fella?
The way Smolka described him to me. He must have come with... I've seen a few...
Have you any idea where I could find him?
Rumour has it he's been sleeping in a shepherd's abandoned dugout.
Beleza.
I'll take care of it.
I'm glad to hear it. And don't spare... When you're done with him, go to see Smolka at the bathhouse. And that's about it.
Sounds interesting. What's new?
Well, if there was something... Olha...
Vamos ver o que ele tem aqui. É isso. Um livro sobre roubo. Ah, legal. Vou comprar. E vamos vender alguma coisa. Porra, mas ele não é... Que merda, hein? Ele paga pouco, mano. Tá. Que mais? Esse livro aqui, foda-se. Esse livro aqui também. Planta. Pit. Que é isso, hein? Sei que é isso, vende. Realmente caça clandestina vai embora também. Faca do caçador clandestino. Do Capão eu vou ficar só porque é do Capão. Assim tá bom.
Word about the...
Sure.
How's it?
We're nearly... Aye.
Tá, 190.
And a good day.
Perfeito. Ó, tá, eu descobri um refúgio, alguma coisa assim. Onde é que tá esse negócio? É isso? Vamos lá. Pra ver que problema que esse cara tá causando, hein? No próximo episódio a gente continua, galera do YouTube. Tamo junto. Até mais.